Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me very well, and we are going to start this webinar so that you can meet and understand what a very interesting phenomenon is, and this phenomenon is called indirect speech or reported speech. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see everything. You can see all the examples, some rules, mistakes, and even more. So, you all know so many things about English grammar, and reported speech is an inseparable part of what you need to know. I will explain you why further on. So we will look through some rules, examples, and mistakes. That's how we will learn it, and we will practice. And one of my favorite quotes is about life. It was said by George Bernard Shaw, a famous Irish playwright, who said that life wasn't about finding yourself. Life was about creating yourself. This is a formal way of passing someone else's words when we want to quote someone. We can use different words to quote other person's speech with the words like said, Bobby told me that, the police officer reported that, and after that we will use some message that was told by the person mentioned in the beginning of the sentence. That's what a reported speech is about, and it's very often called indirect speech. Look at these three characters of a famous fairy tale about a small fish called Nemo. This one was a fish whose name was Dory. I'm so forgetful. I can't remember my name. These are her words. I want to find my son Nemo. I'm worried about him, Nemo's daddy said. I'm going to eat them. I think I will have a great dessert, said a shark. So we go to the next slide, and now we need to recall what was said by these three characters. We report. Doris said that she was so forgetful and she couldn't remember her name. Look how we change the words from present to the past. Doris said that she was instead of I am so forgetful. I can't remember my name. Doris said she couldn't remember her name. So here you can see all the words that have been changed. Let's look through the shark's words. We report. The shark said, the shark said that it was going to eat the fish and that it would have a great dessert. We also changed the words from I am going to, we transfer to it was going to. So we can't say anymore the shark said that I was going, yes? Be careful to change the pronoun I to pronoun it. And finally, we report Nemo's daddy words. So it was Nemo's daddy who said that he wanted to find his son Nemo and that he was worried about him. We can't use direct speech anymore when we report. Instead of it, we are using indirect speech or reported speech. Let's look through some rules of changing the structure in the indirect speech pattern. Bob, I'm happy. Bob said he was happy. Teacher, kids, you work very well. Let's report it. Teacher said that the kids worked very well. So this is the first rule. We change present simple in direct speech to past simple. Present continuous is changed to past continuous. Let's look through one example. Rose. My girlfriend is making stupid comments about my dog. How to report this sentence? Rose said that his girlfriend was making stupid comments about his dog. We are using continuous form, but this time it's present. It's past and not present. Is changed to was. Look through the next example. Police officer. We found the culprit. The culprit, it means a person who is guilty about committing the crime, and the police officer said they had found the culprit. Look, we kind of move back one step back, yes? We go to even more previous part of life when we report something. Present perfect is changed to past perfect. Head teacher, we will close our school. The head teacher said they would close the school. In this case, we use will, we choose will, and we transfer it to would, plus bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means just a verb infinitive without to. So let's look through can and could and how this change works. Detective. This criminal can be very dangerous. The detective said the criminal could be very dangerous. Of course, we can add a word that. The detective said that the criminal could be very dangerous. The idea would be the same. You can actually use both variants. Our principal, the most important person in a school, it tells kids, you have to stay at home because of coronavirus. Our principal said we had to stay at home because of coronavirus. This sentence is very close to our reality. Yes, we are staying at home, we are learning because the school is closed. So, because it's our teacher who said that we had to stay at home. We can't use have to anymore. And there is one more sentence. I'm going to replace this board, and here you can see it, how we change imperative to infinitive. Imperative means when someone tells you what to do. This is kind of order. So brother, he's probably an older brother who says, close the door, Gary. So how do you think we should change it? Brother said, or brother told Gary to close the door. That would be the change which we apply, and the rule imperative is applied like that. Imperative is changed to infinitive. So we will look through the next slide, and here you can see some of the sentences which we need to correct because they are not fully correct from perspective of a reported speech rule. So the first one is just an example. The task here was to complete the reported speech. Look through the example. Somebody stole my wallet, said James, and we need to change this sentence into reported speech. James said somebody had stolen his wallet. So let's look at this second. The suspect is at the police station, said Alex. Alex said that the suspect, and that was one person's answer, which is not correct. So the right answer would be the suspect was at the police station. So present simple, which is used in direct speech, should be replaced by past simple. In this case, it's was. Number 3. The police are appealing for witnesses, said the reporter. The reporter said the police. The person who did this exercise decided to write are. but he forgot to use the rule of present, which is changed to past. So the police were appealing. That's the right answer here. Yes, were, not are. I'm going to search the house, said the officer. The officer said that we need to choose not am, not is, but again that would be past simple and the form corresponding to past simple is was. Number 5. The police launched an investigation into the muggings, said George. George said that the police, instead of launched, we need to use had launched because past simple is changed to past perfect. So this is how our rule works. Had launched is the right answer. Number 6. In London, the police make hundreds of arrests every day, said the TV announcer. The TV announcer said the police, instead of make, we need to use past simple because present simple make is changed to past simple made. So that's also not the right answer. And number 7, I think arson is worse than burglary, said Jane. Jane said, we report, she thought that would be the right answer, not thinks, sorry, that arson instead of is, we need to use was. That arson was worse than burglary. So this is the rule of change from present to past, from past to past perfect. So let's see some practice here. I'll go to this link, and this time it's up to you to think what to put into the gap. So first of all, let's read the task. Change the direct speech into reported speech. Use she said at the beginning of each answer. It's the same day, so you don't need to change the time expressions. Okay, he works in a bank. So we need to start our phrase with she said, and that would be she said that he, present simple is used here in the direct speech, so we change it to the past simple. And the correct answer, she said, he worked in a bank. Let's look through number 2. Julie doesn't like going out much. So again, it's present simple, which we need to choose to past simple. What's the past simple form of doesn't like? This is didn't like. So here you can see the right answer. Number 3, I don't have a computer. So she said, and we go on. She, what's the past simple of don't? It's didn't. So let's see. She said that she didn't have a computer. And let's take the last one here. They never arrive on time. Again, we start the phrase like it is put in the task. She said they. What's the past simple of arrive? It's arrived. Yes, it's a regular verb. So she said they never arrived on time. So let's go to the next part of our exercising work, and this is present continuous. So I'm going just to show you this link so that you can practice together. So we are working, this is direct speech, and we need to change it into past continuous. So present is changed to past, and this is the right answer. He told me they were working. Are is changed to were. The rest is the same. She's coming to the party. Is coming is present continuous, and we change it to past continuous. What's the past continuous of is coming? So it's was coming. She's talking on the phone. What's the past form of this form? Is talking is changed to was talking. So this is how it works. Really easy. You simply need to keep in mind this rule. Now we'll look through one more example, and this time that'll be past simple. So Jane left the party early. Where is past simple here? It's the verb left. What's the present what's the present past perfect, sorry, of this form? Past perfect always has had and third form of the verb. So he told me, this is what we write in the beginning of each sentence according to the task. He told me Jane had left the party. So we just change this sentence by adding an auxiliary verb had. I didn't go out at the weekend. So we can write here, he told me, and then we need to decide how to change this form. What do you think? He told me that he, how to choose did, how to change didn't go to past perfect. It would be hadn't gone. Yes, go has a third form of go, went, gone. We choose the third form, and didn't is changed to hadn't. And let's take one more example. He didn't like chocolate. So let's see how it works with past perfect. He told me he hadn't liked chocolate. So, and finally, it's future simple, where we will see how the sentences with will change according to reported speech rule. I'll go to the cinema later. So here we need to start the sentence with a phrase she said. So she said that she would go to the cinema later. I'll go is changed to she would go. It's the same in number 2. We will meet the children at 6, or will meet. And let's see the right answer. She said they would meet the children at 6. So it's absolutely obvious how to apply this rule in this case. Yes, you leave the same idea, but change some auxiliary verbs according to the rule. So if I come back to this table, it's actually very important to know these rules and use them correctly. Once you know them, you don't have any problems with doing the task. So that's the end of the presentation about reported speech, and now you can quote any wise idea and report any words or messages that were told by someone else. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.